It's been a long, long season.
It is halfway through the gun season and the weather is terrible. The wind is gusting up to 40 miles an hour. I leave my tree stands behind and hike back to a ridge overlooking a dry creek bottom that I have previously scouted. I have never killed a deer from the ground without the aid of a blind and decide that if I see any decent buck, I'm going to shoot it. I have learned many times that the thrill of the hunt is often a better memory than the size of the antlers.
Right. Right. Right.
Well, it's the morning of November 7th, and it's about 29 degrees out with winds gusting up to 30 miles an hour. So it's pretty chilly. I hiked in this morning into my main gun stand and sat in there for about 25 minutes before I realized it was too crazy of a wind to even consider sitting in. So I hiked over across the farm to this trailer here. So it's a little bit more out of the wind. It's still pretty cold. And haven't seen much at all. Saw one little fawn this morning, but that's about it, other than the squirrel. Last night it was really windy as well too. So I think it was winds gusting up to 40 miles an hour. So I hiked back into a ridge that was overlooking a dry creek bottom, back in the woods a little ways, and it was totally out of the wind. And that was ended up being pretty good. I saw the 8-point buck that I've seen 3 times this season now. And before I went in yesterday, I passed on him once early this season. The first time I saw him, I couldn't get a shot. The second time I saw him, I thought I'd pass on him because there's bigger bucks on the farm. But yesterday when I went into the woods there, hiking in like that and everything, I thought if I saw him, I'd shoot him just because I thought it'd be pretty cool to get one from the ground like that, hiking in there and everything. But he just couldn't hear me trying to stop him. And I was doing a fake grunt at him. He couldn't hear me, he just kept walking, so eventually about my last window there, I basically yelled at him, and he stopped and looked at me, but he was pretty spooked, so I didn't have enough time to get steady on him and squish the trigger, so he got away again. So judging by how windy it is today, I think I'll walk back into that same spot this evening and see if we can find him or another buck. So we'll see how it goes.
That evening, I decided to set up out of the wind, right where the deer trail comes up out of the creek bottom that I was overlooking the evening before. It was a cold and uncomfortable evening, but the spot did work out. Just after legal shooting hours, and after my camera was put away, the 8-pointer from the night before came out at about 15 yards. This is now the 4th time that I've seen this deer during the gun season. And after failing to shoot him the night before, it was hard to watch him walk away yet again. I will officially be changing his nickname from Tex to Heartbreaker.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Just shot a huge buck. I'm pretty sure it was the 11-pointer that I saw earlier in bow season. Oh. Oh my gosh, that was a heck of a morning. He ran off, but I'm pretty sure I put a good hit on him. I think I heard him crash just down the way a little bit there. Oh, I don't know why I'm being quiet. It has been a long, long season, which is awesome. But, oh my gosh. Oh, I just hope he's down over there. I'm pretty sure I got a good hit on him. I finally got good enough weather to come into to my bow stand, and let's see, I don't even know what day it is. I've been hunting so many days in a row here. It's about 6:40 on November 8th, and I've put in over 130 hours in the tree this year between bow season and gun season now. I've been hunting, I think, 7 days straight, 6 or 7 days straight now, gun season, morning and night, and the weather's just been terrible. I've been trying all kinds of things. I've had multiple run-ins with the buck I've been calling Heartbreaker because he's a nice 8-pointer, but he could really have used another year, and I've tried to shoot him and passed on him over and over again now and decided to pass on him, hoping for something bigger. And I've really just been hoping for a day where the weather's good enough to sneak back into my bow stand, which has been kind of an unhunted area. And I came in here today fully locked and loaded to do pretty much an all-day sit. Got coffee and snacks and everything. It's cold, it's like 20 degrees out, but the wind is finally let up. And I no more than got into my stand. It took me forever to walk in here because the corn is frozen and it's so loud to walk on. I had to sneak my way in. All my carabiners on my hoist ropes were frozen. My safety harness rope was frozen. I couldn't get that going. And I no more than got into my stand and tried to figure out how the heck am I gonna gun hunt out of my bow stand here. I no more than got set up, and there was stuff just crashing all over in the woods, just it sounded like there was a herd of elephants in there. And they were right next to me, and it was still a little bit dark, and finally I had a doe come out right next to me, right in front of the camera. And then and she just stood there and had me pegged forever. The wind's kind of light and variable. She had me pegged forever, and then she let me go. And she came down for me a little ways, and there's a couple of scrapes down there. And I swear I could smell like doe and estrus scent like you'd buy in a store, and I swear I could smell that stronger than strong, like she just peed in one of those scrapes right behind me. But I don't know if it's really that strong in real life or just in the bottle. But then a little fawn came out, or another doe with her, and they both kind of hung around 10 yards in front of me. And then, crashing in the woods some more, I could finally see this buck coming through, and I'm pretty sure it's the 11 pointer that I saw earlier this year, and I got a good hit on him at like 20 yards. Oh my God, what a day. Oh, I've got a really good streak of blood up here. Oh, I think I can see him. Gosh. Holy smokes, what a deer. What a deer. Just the neck on him is just massive. Oh my gosh, well, I've got the buck recovered here, and I could not be happier. This is that 11 pointer that I saw during bow season, and had walked right past me, and I just, the way I was sitting down, I couldn't get my bow drawn back, and I didn't really know what he was when he walked in the first time during bow season, and kind of hesitated, which you can't do, and man, finally, after seeing him again, finally started showing up on trail cameras. I just knew I wanted to shoot this buck, and finally got the opportunity here. The weather finally looked good today, and finally was able to slip into my bow stand, which I've never gun hunted out of before, and just a crazy morning. And he came rolling in just probably about 6:45, and I just can't believe it. Can't believe it finally worked out. I just hunted hard this entire bow and gun season, pretty much non-stop, to try to get a shot at something like this, and passed a lot of bucks that I thought I should have shot and didn't know if I was ever going to see another big one again this season, or if I'd have to eat my tag. But I guess I don't know. I knew this season would either be a lesson of don't hesitate or a lesson of be patient. And I guess the lesson was be patient and just keep hunting hard, and it'll eventually pay off. Even if it wasn't this season, I knew it would eventually work out where I'd get another buck down on the ground. So just an incredible animal. I cannot wait to share this experience with the rest of my family and friends. Well, it's the morning of November 10th, and it is super cold out. I think it's 5 degrees without the wind chill or anything. And got to the stand nice and early here. I'm just kind of on doe patrol now, trying to fill the freezer and thin the herd a little bit. And got the buck under my belt, so it's nice to just kind of enjoy the morning, even though it is a little bit chilly. But he just dressed for it. Really a pretty morning, actually. We got some snow yesterday. It was crazy windy yesterday, but it's just super, super calm now. And saw a nice 8-pointer this morning come across the north ridge here, and really pretty to watch him come in and just wonder about what he might turn into next year if he doesn't get shot this year. He looks like a pretty nice buck, so it's fun to be able to be out here and relax a little bit, knowing I've got my buck hanging in the shed already. So, well, my hands are freezing, so I'll see what happens. See if we can get a doe to come in or not. Well, it's the last day of Minnesota gun season, and it's been a pretty quiet morning. I just saw one deer before light, and it's really cold again. It's probably 20 degrees out with a 10-mile-an-hour wind. But it's been a really good season, and just glad that all the time and effort I put into getting a big buck on the ground and shooting mature does this year, which were kind of my goals, paid off in the end here. It was a long season, but really fun. Saw a ton of deer, got to spend a ton of time in the tree, and I wouldn't change anything for the world, I suppose. It all turned out like it should, so put a lot of pressure on myself this year to get another big buck on the ground, being as that 2016 and 2017 were both really good years with, really not a ton of effort, so I felt like this year I half expected to get a big buck, and half knew it would be a lot of work to make sure that I did, so it's nice that it worked out the way it did, but you never know what you're going to get year after year, so been really fortunate the last 3 years now, so I can go into the holidays here resting easy and just enjoying the winter ice fishing, knowing that got a freezer full of meat and big buck on the wall, so it's nice way to end the season. We'll see what next year brings.